Now we're going to start looking at two-step movements. So we're going to start looking at doing multiple steps. And for this is where the replacement step comes really in handy. The replacement step is a great connector step. It's a step that allows you to flow and be a lot more agile with your movement and your stepping. So we're going to be utilizing replacement steps with a skip step and a cross step. Now, I'll show you here with my left foot forward. Now, I'll start with a skip replace. So it's a skip step, then a replacement step. As you can see here, it will flow very well. There we go. So instead of doing two skip steps, which is very slow and jolty, here I can do a skip replace, and that allows me to flow, keep my balance, and be quite agile. Why you would do this? Well, a lot of the time when you're starting a taxon movement, skip steps tend to be one of your first movements you tend to do. In fact, it's one of the easiest and more natural ones, is to do a skip step. But if I want to keep flowing, whether for movement or maybe for Retsef, I can start to do a skip and replacements. Now if I break it down, here is my skip step, but instead of just resetting back from a skip step to a natural stance, I will do a skip step and then continue straight on to do a replacement step. So the rear foot, instead of coming to here, will come all the way through as a replacement, and then there's my replacement step finished. So it's two steps. I do a skip, then a replace, despite the fact I never complete the first step. So I go skip, replace. There we go. This flows very well. And utilizing the same skip replace, I can also add a little bit of cornering angle. So if I just go back to the first one, this skip replace, it's a little bit of a straightish line. I will still orientate my body towards the attacker, but I come in a slightly straightish line here. I still have my left leg is still in the lead. What I can do is exactly the same step. My left leg will still be in the lead, but what I'm going to do is a tighter cornering angle on my replacement step, something that we looked at a little bit earlier. So from here, now you can see I've taken this skip step here, but with my replacement, it's a lot tighter on my replacement. This is very good on getting in and doing some counter striking as well. We're doing a skip replace in here. And to flow, using almost the same step, if skip steps are going to take me forward and in this direction, in advance, well, my cross step is going to take me in this direction. So if I want to move and flow in this direction, then I have to do my cross step, and again I can do cross, replace. And it's pretty much the same thing as my skip step. So if I want to go at this angle now, I'll do it once more towards here. There's my cross step, and instead of resetting my position, I do a cross step, and it flows into the replacement step. Once again, I've got that straightish line one from here, and then I can also take that cornering angle for my replacement step, cross, replace. Utilizing actually now pretty much the same step, I'm going to be doing a skip replace, and then also a cross replace on the side. But what happens is now, I'm going to change my foot forward on my replacement. So if I just highlight here, this is the stepping we just did, a skip replace, where if this is my left leg in the lead here, it's my left leg in the lead still. But now with my replacement, I can do a V angle. That's where I change my stance, something that we looked at before. So what happens is here and now, here's when I do my skip replace. I've now got a new leg here. And when I've done my replacement step, I've then moved to here and then moved away, like I've done a V shape again, V angle. So once more here, this is my left foot forward, I start with my skip, and then from here I do the replacement. Now I have a new rear lead leg, which is my right foot. This one's good sometimes as I'm moving here, and then basically I now need to create more avoidance and head movement, because it opens up the angle between me and the attacker. I can also do this with the cross step, obviously, because this is my other angle in the advancement, so I can go cross replace as well. You can see here, my right leg's in the rear. Because it's a cross step, it'll come to the front. But because I want to swap here my replacement, I'll have a new lead leg. So here, it then does a replacement back. That's also another V angle step. Another way I can do the exactly the same stepping, I skip replace, but have a new lead leg is basically here. We're going to do more straight lines now. So instead of the V angle step, I'm going to still keep it more on that straightish line, but you will see here that my lead leg will now be the right foot instead of my left foot as I'm starting. So if I create some space here, skip replace, you can kind of see I've got a new lead leg, and I went more or less a straightish line here, and this just brings my new lead side in for attacking here. This one keeps me a little bit more closer to the attacker. I'll do one more, skip replace, in a more straight line, like so. And I can do the exact same thing with my cross step. So I can do a cross replace here. You can see I have a new lead leg, because when I do a cross step always puts you into a new stance, because now that's my right leg as the lead leg. Then when I flow in with my replacement step here, back to my left leg as the lead, and I've done a skip replace, and I've kind of just opened up my ankle here to be more side on. Continuing with my basic two-step movements, we just looked at my two-step movements in advance. Now we're going to look at them in retreat. And these are your most common and used stepping movements in retreat. So we're going to be looking at, again, skip replace and cross replace. So from here, I'll get my left leg forward just to keep everything the same. Now with my left foot forward, skip step is this angle here. So what happens is I'm going to do a skip replace. There we go. So you can see here it's just a straight line. There's straight lines that I'm taking at the moment, roughly straight lines. So now I'm going to do a skip step, and as I open up with my skip step here, I then close this and continue with the replacement step. And I've just orientated my body and my guard more towards the attacker here. So, bum, bum, bum. And now, if I wanted to go to this 45 in retreat, or behind me, so what happens is here, is I need to start with a cross step for this angle. And this will be a cross replace. Cross replace. There we go. And you can see the timing here is bum, 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 like so. Also with these retreating steps, especially these two movement ones, skip replace, cross replace, most definitely you can go straight backwards with them as well. And it's a good one to keep your balance and open up some distance. So here I'll do a skip replace directly back, like so, and then I'll do a cross replace. And the replacement's a good little shuffle step here, because that helps you regain your balance here, as well as create some space quickly. Earlier on, we looked at replacement step in V angles, and then actually we looked at V angles with cornering. So we're going to utilize those steps that we used before and add them to now our stepping. We're still going to be doing the two movements, and we're still going to be doing skip replace and cross replace. So what we're going to do, first one is we're going to do skip replace. But instead of being in a straight line like we just finished looking at, which if we're looking back here, my skip replace in a straightish line, is I still keep the same foot forward. So if this is my left foot forward, and I retreat back to that 45, here, it's in a straightish line, and I still have the same leg forward. Now what I want to do is I'm going to do a skip replace, but I'm actually going to have a switching stance. So now I'm going to have a new lead leg forward, and actually this one utilizes a V angle change. So if I show you here now what that looks like, it's going to be a skip step first, so skip replace. So I was retreating away, could be straight back, could be on the 45 angle here. As I do my skip, I go straight into my replacement, and then I switch my feet with my replacement. I have a new lead leg. You kind of see, again, did a line, then a line back forward. There's my V angle change. And also I can do this with my cross step, obviously. So in retreat, my cross step's going to take me more in this direction here. I can do a cross replace with the V angle change, which switches my stance. So this is my left foot forward here. I can do a cross step here, and then I swap my stance back to a left foot forward. Because as you know, whenever you do a cross step, it changes your stance inherently. So if I'm going to do a replacement, it switches it back. You don't have to think about this too much, it's just to highlight the differences in what we're doing, but whether you have to understand that a cross replace switches your left foot forward, you don't have to think about this. And this is why I feel comfortable fighting and moving, defending off lead foot forward and right foot forward, then it doesn't even matter to me what really my foot is forward here. So from here, I'll do a cross step here, and then I do my replace with the V angle change. You can kind of see here, I've done another V-shaped step in here. And to show you one more, I skip replace with V angle and a cross replace V angle, but now we're going to add that cornering angle to it. So it's going to be like a V angle cornering, I call it. So previously we looked at V angles and cornering separately earlier on. Now we're going to put those together. And this works really well in the retreating, because I can start to retreat away and then I turn in nice and tight. It's really good for countering my opponent. So if I do a skip replace, where I'm going to do the same V angle, but I'm just going to add cornering to it. So I just swivel my feet and my hips a bit tighter. So it looks something like this. You can see it's a bit tighter. I don't move with much more space and distance away, but I kind of go around the corners, what's called cornering. So I'm kind of turning and cornering back in quite tight. So from here, skip replace. There we go. But I can do that. And I can add it with a cross step. Cross replace. And there's my replace with the V angle and cornering. Just a little bit tighter. Really good for here, countering maybe an attacker coming into